And now when you were acting with the kangaroo, the movie was made a while ago. So it's like, is that hard? Because are they just holding up like a green stick that you have to pretend is a kangaroo?
There were some live kangaroos that are really scary, actually.
Yeah.
I was really scared of the kangaroos.
They're jacked.
They're large. They're it would be like a dog that's like your height.
Hola, bonjour.
All right, now on Drop a Pin, we're privileged to have none other than Jerry O'Connell. Jerry, thanks for joining us.
What an honor. First time, long time. I've done a fair bit of traveling. I mean, nothing like insanely exotic, but done some stuff. Been to the top of Machu Picchu. It's pretty good.
Let's go. Machu Picchu. I mean, that's my mom's favorite trip of all time.
Took the bus up. I didn't do the hike. I did do the train from Cusco to the bottom of Machu Picchu and then went up. So cool. It's like a movie set. It's like, it's crazy.
Did you happen to be in South America for work, or was this just a personal trip?
You know, it's so funny. They were doing like a travel reality show, and they said, "Do you want to go to Machu Picchu?" And I said, "Yeah, let's go." And it's so funny. It was one of the competitors on Survivor, Kelly Wigglesworth. I want to say Kelly Wiggles. I follow her on social media. Who like hosted it, and she was like a real outdoors person and all that stuff. And I'm trying to think if there was camping. I don't think there was camping. We stayed in hotels most of the time. This Camp Barstool is probably the most outdoors I've ever been.
Really? In your whole life?
Well, so he grew up in Manhattan, right?
Yeah. This is this is it. This is the most
That's crazy.
Yeah. One time my daughters set up a tent in our backyard and wanted to sleep outside, and then they got scared, and so I was in the tent with them and I fell asleep. And when I woke up, I was by myself. They went back into the house. So I slept in my backyard in a tent one night.
Dude, I was watching you go around like on the paddleboard and kayak. I was like, Jerry's in his bag. He must do this kind of shit all the time.
Yeah,
No.
he was going out for like sunset swims.
Yeah.
No,
like
I love
popping up out of nowhere with your goggles on.
If I'm near a body of water, like the ocean or a lake, and especially up here in northern Wisconsin, it's so like you got to take that opportunity, you know. It's the bodies of water that I'm so impressed with. I just caught a fish, whatever. It's not a big deal.
Nice.
And you caught a fish quickly when no one else at camp has been able to catch a fish. You went down and caught one on like what, your first or second cast?
No, I was casting in there, but I did get some help. One of the camera dudes who was down there said that's where you got to cast into. So I got tipped. And typically fishermen never tell you where to catch fish, so that was really nice of them.
I went to college.
Caught and released.
Yeah. Well, it'd be fine if you wanted to eat that fish. We're not going to have a problem with that.
No, I don't want to. I'll save that for Sydney.
I went to college with some kids who grew up in Manhattan, and for some of them it was bad. Like they didn't know how to swim, they didn't know how to ride a bike, they didn't know how to drive. How did you make sure you didn't go down that road growing up in the big city?
You know, I got to say a big part of it was being in Stand By Me when I was 11, because we shot that in Eugene, Oregon. And I couldn't believe how much nature was there. You know, I think it was at 11 being thrust into nature shooting Stand By Me. We shot that in the middle of the woods in Oregon, the middle of the woods, or at least when I was a kid, it seemed like the middle of the woods to me. And you know, the Pacific Northwest is crazy because the trees are just different.
Yeah.
You know, it's like the vegetation is different. It's just
it's a rainforest.
It's a rainforest. So I think it was that, you know.
Yeah. And were you just, I assume you guys had like trailers out in the middle of the woods?
You know, it was a big truck that was divided into little rooms. So because you got to change into your wardrobe every morning. So we had like a little like mobile room with a toilet in it, I guess. A small toilet. Mm-hmm. I can't remember if I ever shit in it.
Well, when you're 11, shitting places is scary.
You know, it is. It's so funny. I was actually a little worried about that, not to get like really too personal, but like coming here, you know, I'm in a cabin with 7 other dudes.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure, like, you get nervous, you know?
Yeah.
You get like
gun-shy.
Nick Terraney, I wouldn't be surprised if he has pooped once at camp. He's a big. He needs to be inside his apartment.
White Sox Dave too.
Oh,
Oh
really?
wow, I wouldn't have. I wouldn't
know.
have picked
White
that
Sox
one.
Dave told me that he's only pooped at work like 3 times since we've been in the new office.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, but everything's fine. I'm all good.
Would you say that one movie, Stand By Me, like completely changed your life?
Yeah, it completely changed my life. I wouldn't be sitting here if I wasn't in Stand By Me. You know, it's just it's crazy. It's surreal, you know. And it's funny. We're at the end of the summer here. You know, we're here at Camp Barstool. Stand By Me is a real, because the whole movie takes place at the end of the summer, and the boys are going on an adventure in the woods at the end of the summer, right before junior high school starts, and they're nervous about starting junior high school. And it's funny. It really gets like I notice a lot more people talk to me about it at the end of the summer.
Let's go. Another movie I wanted to talk to you mainly because I know it took you abroad is Kangaroo Jack, filmed in Australia.
Yeah.
That's high on my bucket list. I've been all over the world, never been down under.
Yeah, really incredible. Australia is a must. You've got to visit it. You know, I actually I went to Central Australia
The Outback.
as well. So I went to Uluru, which is that big rock that you see in on all the postcards. I didn't go on it. It's so funny. I went there. I flew there.
Yeah. Because that's like
Man,
smack
this is
dab
such
in
a
the
bummer,
middle.
and I hope nobody gets mad at me. But like, you can climb to the top of it and like look down. But there were some people. I don't want to call them protesters. People saying, "Don't go on this rock. It's sacred." You know, it's like bad luck. Basically, they were stopping tourists. They were handing out like pamphlets saying, "Don't do it." And I got too superstitious and I didn't go. Like they were like, "It's bad luck." They basically were saying it's sacrilegious to go on this rock. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, because it was a very sacred place for the Aborigines.
So I didn't touch it. I just don't want, you know, I gamble. Like I'm very superstitious.
It had nothing to do with just like, oh, it's gonna fuck my bets.
And by the way, I was dating someone at the time who said, let's go. And I was like, we can't go on that rock. And they were like, why? And I was like, that guy gave me that pamphlet. Like, read this. Like they don't want us on this rock. And I was like, I'll just look at it from out here. And my date was like, fuck that. And when I walked to the top, so I just hang out at the shop and I took some selfies around it. But I never touched it.
I feel like that's a good thing. I feel like if people from that area are asking you not to do something, like I feel like that's okay to listen to that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Not to make it just about me. It was more like I didn't want that. I didn't want that beef. I didn't want.
You didn't want the smoke from that.
It was like, yeah, I respect everyone. I really do. But like, I mean, it cost a lot of money to get there and stuff. And I was like, wait a minute. I'm getting to the top of this thing. And then when they said it's like, it's I don't, you know, it's not good luck. I was more being selfish. I didn't want the bad mojo.
I think some people even say that about Mount Everest. They're like,
really?
Yeah, they're like, too many people are climbing this mountain, because before in Nepal, like Mount Everest was almost revered as like a god. There was like the mountain spirit. And that's why before all the hikers summit Everest, you do this big ceremony, the puja ceremony. And it's you paying respects to the mountain spirits, the mountain god, before you try to climb.
Yeah,
or else the mountain will try to kill you.
It's funny. I know this is the theme of your show and everything, so I don't want your viewers, listeners to hate me. But, you know, I watch Everest documentaries. I think they're really cool, all of them. But I like, you're not being chased going up that much. Like, if you were being chased going up there, then I'd be like, I get it. Like, you were running for your life. I don't understand why, when it becomes really like a life or death situation, people aren't like, you know what, this is pretty good. Let's just take a pic and like let's head back down. Mm-hmm. And I'm actually haunted. It's actually funny. I'm haunted by the corpses that stay up there. You know what I'm saying?
Dude. Yeah.
They stay up there, right?
Yeah,
and they're
it's so cold.
And it's
well
always
preserved.
like a corpse. I mean, I want to respect people who've passed away, you know, but like, they're just like people like, oh man, look at this corpse. And it's just like someone like frozen and they can't move them, right?
Yeah.
Nope.
Until the springtime, I guess.
And even in the springtime, I don't think that those bodies get moved. Like my friend who climbed Everest was like, yeah, you just see dead bodies on the way up.
Yeah.
So eerie, man. That's so, you're
not
totally
for me.
right. Like,
you know,
don't view that as a good time. One, like if I'm going on a vacation for a month, which is what it could take you to go up
Yeah,
sometimes,
or more.
I'm going somewhere like where I can relax. I'm not looking for my next oxygen tank.
Right.
Or like going past legit hundreds of yards of feces.
Yeah. You want like a buffet.
Yeah.
A buffet.
Yeah.
And
Throw me an octopus. Can you get octopus there?
Yeah.
If not, I'm out.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of octopus,
not a lot of Mount Everest octopus, I can tell you that much.
2 summers ago, speaking of octopus, I did go to Greece for the first time.
Okay.
That was something else. That is a beautiful country. The culture is incredible. The Mediterranean there is different. I mean,
The puss is pristine.
The what?
The
Good
puss?
Yeah.
The octopus?
Yes.
Yeah.
Top tier puss there. Greek puss is some of the best puss there is.
Yeah, I would say they're
Spanish puss.
Yeah.
the puss capital of the world.
It is.
Mediterranean puss.
It's very clean puss, you know,
Yeah.
because it comes right there from
not
the
very fishy. Yeah.
But also the history of it. I think like going up and seeing the Acropolis and all that stuff. It's just incredible, you know. And they do it really well, you know. It's like you really get to go up really close to it, you know. And I can't believe they get all those people to get so close to those what do we call them in Greece? Pardon my ignorance. Temples, ruins.
The Colosseums?
Yeah, no, that's in
Not the
Rome.
Colosseum, that's in
no,
Rome.
yeah.
But yeah, the Acropolis,
The
you got
Acropolis
the,
and all that
the
stuff.
Pantheon or the
Yeah.
Parthenon.
Parthenon, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
those
sorry
were
if
just
I'm
temples, I think.
temples. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are they temple? Yeah. Sorry, apologize.
Some were temples.
You can make fun of me. in the
I do
comments.
think that the thing you're thinking of on the Acropolis, that was a temple. I don't know which god, maybe Zeus.
I think it's Zeus.
But yeah,
Zeus.
do you like to read at all? You
You know, I do a lot of audiobooks now. I'm really it's funny since like audiobooks have really become like a thing in technology. I only listen to books. It's crazy. I live in Los Angeles. There's a lot of commuting. I listen to a lot of books.
I like to listen and read at the same time.
To the same book?
Hardo.
Yeah, same book.
Okay.
Because I'm like totally in it. I'm getting
So
it from
you do
all
one chapter
angles.
reading, one chapter listening?
The guy reads to me or woman reads to me while I follow along on my like the hardback or
Double
whatever.
dipper.
Yeah.
that's I don't know.
Called immersion reading. It's great for people with ADHD because you
really?
don't have like external things going on. Your eyes, your hands, and like your brain are all doing one different thing. It's like makes my reading comprehension so much better.
It's a lot of work though.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you got to sync everything up.
Yeah,
A
like
little
Audible
too
does it, and
intense
Kindle
for
they
me.
do it like together, which is great. Where you can pull it up and it
Oh,
like
wow.
if you're just listening into a car, it'll bring it right to the spot that you're in.
Wow.
Or like the Kindle version, you can go search and look for a key term like that you hear, and then you can find your spot again.
Wow.
I only bring that up because I feel like listening to a historical audiobook about the place you're traveling to makes the trip so much more enjoyable. Like,
1,000,000%. I mean, I'm allowed to plug other podcasts
Yeah,
here.
yeah,
You're
for
not going to
sure.
get jealous.
Except for New Heights.
I listen to Dan Carlin all the time.
Oh,
I mean,
Hardcore History?
I can't get enough of that guy. I went to go see him live. I just love him. And listening to that Alexander the Great, it just really like getting to go to Greece and seeing all that. I mean, next I want to go to Macedonia. You know, I want to go see all of these places. Like I really want to travel to, the Middle East, where he was all
Persia,
about Persia,
Iran and stuff.
and also his World War I. I mean, epic. I mean, it's hours.
It's pretty much like it's just like a novel in podcast form. So he has a series on World War I. Each episode's around 4 hours.
It's a must listen. It's a must listen. He's so good.
Yeah.
The meat grinder.
Dude.
That's what he talks about World War I. The meat grinder.
And that was I had to drive from South Carolina to Massachusetts. I put on that podcast. I listened to one podcast that entire drive just because I was so locked in.
I know. So yeah, you're absolutely right. It is fun to listen to Dan Carlin and then go check those places out.
Shout out Dan Carlin. We are big fans of hardcore history.
Oh,
here on
you
the
got to
pod.
get him on here. He would tell you everything.
I will. It's worth reaching out. That guy, he has a way with words. He's like, you know, very poetic.
Yeah.
In the way he talks, and he goes into the most insane amount of detail on every topic.
Yeah, I wonder. It's so funny listening to him. I wonder if he writes it all out and he's reading a script.
Has to.
It has to be.
Yeah,
or if he's just riff, because he's so good. It sounds like he's almost riffing.
Yes,
yeah, I would bet
it
it's like
does.
bullet points that he has like an order of what he wants to go through, and he like leads himself there. But that's like the amount of research that goes into that is insane.
I mean, if I told Dave Portnoy that I was like, hey, I want to go the Dan Carlin route, and I'm going to release 2 podcasts a year. But don't worry, they're going to be really good podcasts. He was like, yeah, we can't really monetize that.
Yeah.
But Dan Carlin can take as much time as he wants because he is like the guy when it comes to history podcasting.
It would be pretty fun. Like a Civil War, like a 15-hour Civil War podcast brought to you by Mountain Dew.
Yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
Yep.
Or our friends at Blue Chew.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. When
if you're having a hard time getting hard after this episode
Yeah,
on
it would
Civil
be
War.
This 17-hour podcast is going to be about the plague, the bubonic plague, brought to you by Blue Chew.
Yeah,
If you
going
want
Randy?
to fuck.
If you're doing World War I, going from trench warfare into a Blue Chew ad read would be a
Yeah.
tough transition, but
Yeah.
I'm sure we could figure it out.
Uh-huh.
When you were in Australia, was that like a 3-month shoot or
It was a 6-month shoot.
6 months? Wow.
So I lived in Sydney. Really, just one of those just a great city. Just a great city. Clean city, and I don't just mean clean trash. Like the water is right there. That harbor is incredible. I had some time on my hands, so I got my scuba diving license and was scuba diving in the harbor, and it's just also I think the Australian culture is so friendly. It's all about like beer, outside friendliness, meeting people, I mean the Australian culture I really loved.
Barstool, I think, would do well in Australia, just with because they love sports, they love beer, they
love
love,
Absolutely.
they love gambling,
Yeah.
they love dropping the C word.
They love it. Also, you're absolutely right. Like I really tried to follow all that rugby. I had no idea what was going on. No idea what was going on. But I went to a lot of rugby matches. The Australian kind where the more like leaner guys like jump around, and the rugby union ones where it was bigger dudes like sort of bashing into each other. But again, beer, outdoor, like really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. Lived in a town called Woolloomooloo. That's a joke.
They
It's
got some
called,
great town names.
it's called Woolloomooloo, but I would always call it like my like. I was single when I was there. I told you that, and like my thing in the bars, people say, "Where are you staying?" And I'd always say, "I'm staying in Woolloomooloo," and they go, "You're crazy! It's Woolloomooloo." Oh, am I? Okay. You want to go to Air? You want to go to? You want to go to? Wait, what is it called? Uluru. You want to go to Uluru? That's what it used to be called Ayers Rock, but now it's called Uluru. That's what.
Oh, yeah.
They went back
Yeah.
to the native name. Yep.
Yeah.
Last questions about your time in Australia. Were you recording just like, out in the bush, or were you on a
what's
studio,
funny?
a sound lot?
There's like so many. Australia, there's such some incredible films have been made in Australia. First of all, Mad Max, game changing film, like one of those game changers, shot in the outback of Australia. I mean, all the Mad Max movies. Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. These are like classic outback movies. So it was funny when I did Kangaroo Jack. I mean, it's an outback movie, and it's gorgeous. It's something everybody should see. It's the dirt is different. The dirt is red. It's crazy. It's this like rust colored dirt. It's just it's just beautiful. And like if you put a camera down, you can't point in a direction that isn't like gorgeous, I mean, I guess it's the equivalent to like sort of old Westerns here in the United States, where they,
sure.
go to the plains and just you can't shoot in a bad direction.
But if you're in Sydney, like you still need to drive quite far from Sydney to get into the outback.
No, you fly. It's
okay.
It's a long, long way. Yeah.
I mean, Australia. Sorry if I'm wrong. It's roughly the size of the United States.
Very, very
it's
similar
It
size.
does. Yeah, if you fly
massive.
Perth to Sydney, that's probably like a 7-hour flight, which is like flying New York to Los Angeles.
Yeah.
There's actually a track because it is like an island. It's an island continent, but you can go around the outside, like, and you don't come across like the Andes, or you don't come across like any major mountain ranges like you would in the United States, like if you're doing it.
Yeah.
Like it's just, you can do the whole track, and I believe Google estimates it's like 36 hours to drive all the way around.
Wow.
Yeah. So that even seems like short for.
Yeah, that's like continuous driving.
Yeah.
36 hours.
But also from like I know I talked about the beer and stuff, from a food like standpoint also. Their steak is awesome. I mean, I'm sure it's like going to Argentina. You know? Their meat is good. Their wine is incredible. It's just
Australian reds, because it's so dry and red, like their red wine is amazing from there.
It's just good stuff.
The Vegemite though is not ideal.
I don't know what it even is. I tried it a couple times. Is there any? Because it tastes so funky. There's got to be some sort of like health benefit to it. It's got to be like.
I think it's just an acquired taste, and they
I
enjoy
think it's actually
it.
bad for you.
Yeah,
Really?
I think so.
I mean, it's just pure salt.
Really?
It's the saltiest condiment I've ever had.
So, like, what is the point of it? To like, so you don't like dehydrate or something, or
No, the
no
point
idea.
is just to like, so you're not eating just a plain piece of toast. You.
But what's wrong with butter? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
And they got good butter because they got good cows.
yeah.
Is Vegemite good for you? Let's see what they
gotta
say.
be. It's got that taste. It's got that taste that like.
It has both potential health benefits and drawbacks. So it's got some B vitamins.
Okay.
Low in calories and fat, may support gut health. Drawbacks: high in sodium. Contains added sugar, may cause allergic reactions. Yeah, so I don't think it's a health food per se, but I think they just legitimately like the taste.
But it says veggie in the name, so it can't be that bad.
I think it's made out of molasses or something.
Molasses?
Molasses, yes.
I'm so sorry. You got to look up what is Vegemite made out of.
Yeah, no, I will. What is Vegemite made of? All right. It's a thick, dark brown, salty spread made primarily from leftover brewer's yeast extract.
Oh.
So it's when you're making beer or booze,
Yeah.
there's leftover grime in the barrel.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
leave,
Grime, yeah.
I guess. Brewer's yeast, salt.
use
Vegetable
everything.
extracts.
all right.
I guess. There's a little bit of celery and onion components. And now, when you were acting with the kangaroo, the movie was made a while ago. So it's like, is that hard? Because are they just holding up like a green stick that you have to pretend is a kangaroo?
There were some live kangaroos
Okay.
that are really scary, actually.
Yeah.
I was really scared of the kangaroos.
They're jacked.
They're large. They're it would be like a dog that's like your height.
Yes.
Like,
And their tail is just like a 3rd foot. So they've got a really strong
It's
stance.
like a baseball bat.
but you know what it is? They're so they have the paws, hooves or paws that are out like up here, and then their back feet have like the talons on them.
Oh yeah, and they can kick you with those.
Yeah,
right?
and they use those to like scratch their
Yeah,
opponents.
because they'll go back, balance on the tail, and then just swipe you with your feet.
Right.
Their feet.
So I was I had a healthy fear of them. Or wild animals. Sometimes I'll do a TV show and they'll bring a kangaroo out just to like hang with me, and they let me know like this is a really like old kangaroo. Like don't worry about it. And
Yeah.
you can see they're like elderly kangaroos. They're just
Yeah.
like, oh, another TV show. Okay, putting their cigarettes out.
I mean, even the cute animals in Australia can harm you. Like koalas all have chlamydia there. Apparently.
Absolute infested
Yeah.
with it. Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
No.
Yeah, I think it's probably like 7 out of 10 koalas in Australia have the clap.
You can catch chlamydia from a koala?
Well, hopefully not. I don't know if it's a zoonotic disease that you can like transfer, but possibly. If somebody's out there fucking koala bears, they're probably walking away with at least a light STD.
Well, can you get chlamydia if like a koala bites you? I would imagine you can.
I would think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, can you get chlamydia from a koala? One of the top searches on Google. No. So they can only give it to other koalas.
Yeah, so it's not a zoonotic disease.
Oh, yeah. So then you have nothing to worry about. Yeah. But apparently koalas drop from trees and like hurt people sometimes. They're called drop bears.
Got it. That would be. It's such a bummer. It would be such a great excuse if you were like in a relationship and you stepped out on that relationship and caught chlamydia. And you were Australian, you could be like, wait a minute, this is from that koala I told you about.
Yep.
But you can't even use that as an excuse. People will know.
All right, so apparently drop bears are not real. Drop bear is a mythical predatory koala-like creature in Australian folklore used to scare particularly foreign visitors. Okay, so I just got.
Yeah, but no propaganda.
Yeah, that's Australia. Propaganda, just like carnivorous koalas that drop from trees.
Now, you are married to a supermodel.
Rebecca Romaine.
Yeah. Yes, and her family is from the Netherlands.
Oh, yeah. So we go to Holland once every couple years. It's so funny. I'd never been to Holland until I met my wife. And we were just dating a couple years. And my wife was like, listen, I do an annual, I go once every other year to go visit my family. You want to meet my Dutch family? And I said, yeah. And what a culture. They're like so nice. Like Dutch people are so nice. They're also, I don't judge people physically, but wow, the women are so attractive. They're like all of them. They're all like tall and like healthy and like.
Also, I gotta stop you. It's bullshit for a guy married to a supermodel to be like, I don't look at like physically.
No,
like, get out of here.
No, that's not my thing. Everyone knows that about me. I don't like, not at all. But they all look like it's like a country of like supermodels, like all of them, and it's just everybody rides a bike. Everybody
they got great bike lanes.
A lot like Australia, very friendly. It's funny traveling to places like Holland and Portugal because their history is very intertwined with the United States. So it's funny. I found with Portugal and Holland, it's like, you're American or going to Puerto Rico. You know, it's like the countries are the two histories really intertwine.
Especially you being from New York, because like New York used to be New Amsterdam. It was settled by the Dutch.
100%. So, and it's funny. I got the same vibe when I was in Portugal, because like literally, like as the crow flies, it's straight across the Atlantic, you know, and it's like specifically more in the northeast in like Rhode Island. There's a lot of Portuguese around there, and in like Toronto and stuff. It's But going to Holland is there's a kinship with Dutch people, and also I'm from New York, which is basically, and it's so funny too because New York is a grid system, you know, so it's not like an old European town with weird squiggly roads named after whatever family owned a farm on that road.
Yeah.
It's like a numbered grid system. And that is straight from like Dutch people who were like, we need to have some order. We're going to build a grid system here with numbers, and it will be very pragmatic.
And they needed to have a canal because obviously a lot of the cities in Holland and obviously Amsterdam have canals. So Canal Street in Manhattan used to be a canal.
I did not even know that, but that makes sense that they had that. Yes, I just love it. I just I love going there. It's great.
Being able to adopt them as a soccer team too during like World Cup time, it's got to be the best.
Absolutely.
They're good. They have great uniforms.
And they have some of the best team spirit, I think, of any country in the world.
Yeah, they have. It's funny. I've been there for the World Cup when the World Cup was happening. It's so funny. I mean, you guys know you spent 4 days with me. I can party. I love to party. These people in Holland, when it's World Cup, they're like passed out in the streets. It's crazy. It's mayhem. They go nuts for this World Cup.
The Olympics as well. I think they are notorious for being like, they get so amped up about the Winter Olympics because that's when they win the most medals.
Like the speed skating.
Also the
and all
Summer
that
Olympics. And I've been to one Summer Olympics, one Winter Olympics, and a lot of countries have these things called hospitality houses.
Right.
And most of them, it's just like a spot you can like learn about the culture, maybe grab some local food. They're like small affairs. But the Holland House is always just this gigantic nightclub, and they throw ragers every night. And if you're Dutch and you won a medal for your country, they bring you up on stage. You feel like a rock star. You come up on stage, everybody's dressed in orange, going nuts. They blast out confetti, and then it just turns into just like a rager for the rest of the night.
And that's got to be so cool for Olympic athletes, because so many of those sports you don't have like spectators hardly ever. You know, people aren't going bananas and going to game time to get speed skating tickets. You get one opportunity every 4 years.
Right. And then if you don't really capitalize, then that could be it.
And you win and you have your whole country gassed up for you. It's got to be the best feeling ever.
It's really funny. I went ice skating with my Dutch father-in-law. Like we took the family ice skating in the United States. And my Dutch father-in-law was like, "Oh yeah, I'll go ice skating. It'll be good." And they all speak. They do that thing where they put their one hand in back of their back.
Oh yeah.
And they do the like swaying side to side. And he would just like, he's an older gentleman. He was going so fast, just like zipping around this like ice rink with like kids, like with the walker things and everything. And I was like, dude, these Dutch people just can't help themselves, man. They're just like...
They love ice.
They just love ice, and they just go. Mm-hmm. And I'd be like, hey, Pop, you want to, like, hang with us? Like, I'm with the kids in the walker. They're your grandkids. And he's like, no, I'm just skating. And just, like, so fast, like, whizzing in and out.
Graceful.
Oh, graceful,
there's
but also,
like,
sewing in and out of traffic.
It's got to be disarming to see your grandfather be graceful. Like, I think back to times with my grandpa. I don't want him being super graceful. I like the fact that he was like tripping and getting in and out of John boats.
It was funny, and I'll tell you something else that they all do. Like him and a couple of the other Dutch relatives, like a bunch of them were here. They all get in a line and they all go in sync, like shoo, shoo, shoo. Really. And it's so funny as Americans, we're like, what the fuck are these people doing? Like, why are they like in lockstep with each other?
Yeah.
Like we're Americans. We just go around like. Do our own thing.
And I would say older people outside of the U.S. stay a lot more active than in the U.S. I don't know if that's just a blanket statement. I mean, that was the case in China. They're all like the parks were filled with senior citizens doing all sorts of crazy. Like sometimes they just be like banging themselves against a tree, but at least it gets the blood flowing.
Gets the blood flowing.
Yeah,
I guess they're pretty good about that. Like
banging themselves against trees.
Dude, it happens. We're gonna throw in a clip.
I mean, I've never been to Asia.
Wow,
never been.
Is that something where you like that's high on my bucket
list? You know what?
list?
Because I'm from a city, I'd love to check out. Tokyo, I think. Tokyo, they say, is like a city. Mm-hmm.
And just the food and drink there. I assume you're a fan of Japanese food.
I'd love to check out Seoul. I don't even know why. I'm just into cities. And you know what? While we're on the city thing, I'd love to go to Malaysia. Mm. They say it's a real city,
Oh, you're thinking Singapore?
Yeah.
Like
Singapore. Sorry.
Down the tip.
Singapore and also...
Hong Kong?
Hong Kong, yeah.
I think you would love Hong Kong. It's kind of got it's like Manhattan vibes, but if Manhattan was built on like
a hillside?
Yeah, like a rainforest mountain, which is just why. And then it's also got a little bit of like London mixed in because you'll see double-decker buses cruising down these steep mountain roads.
I love to see how cities operate, like public transportation. Mm-hmm. I love to see how it like operates.
International cities make me jealous though, like how much better they are at public transport.
USA has got some solid cities.
Pretty good.
Yeah,
but like New York's public transport. New York's good, so but even that one, like the trains are all old as shit. Like Japan, they're all nice. Everything is crazy nice.
I live in Los Angeles and I try to take public transportation as much as I can. Mm-hmm. And LA really tries. But the problem is it was built as a car city. And it's like, it's sort of, I think it's really hard to, and again, I really try with the public transportation in LA. I just think it's something that you should try and support if it's convenient to you and you can handle it and everything. Because in LA, you are tacking an hour onto your commute, period. It's just so much easier to get in a car and drive from point A to point B. Full stop.
Even if you're going to be in traffic, just because the public transit's that bad.
Just because it's just that it's just such a big city, LA, and they're like trying to catch up on public transportation now, which is just like, it's a little too late to the game. In its defense, they thought the modern city was going to be everyone has a car and everyone drives everywhere, and that is a luxury there, you know. But I'll tell you, a big bummer about LA is anytime I travel around the United States, I am astonished at how much cheaper gas is anywhere but Los Angeles. It's I got to tell you, I'm exaggerating, but just a touch. It's $2 more a gallon than anywhere else that you go. $2.
That's exactly. You want to know why? It's $2 more. The gas tax per gallon in California is $2.20 per gallon. That's the gas tax.
That is. Look, I know I don't want to become a political podcast here, but that's crazy. Now, mind you, the roads are really good in California, so if that's what all those taxes are going toward, then I understand it. Roads are really good in California, and by the way, they're wide and they're good. Like when I come and I'm on the highway in New York, I'm like, I can't believe this highway is like
these roads.
It's like three lanes. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
I say we go even more political. What did you think about the
Gaza
congestion? No, we're not talking Gaza.
Let's deal with Ukraine. Like, where do you stand?
We were gonna talk.
Just go around the globe. Where do you stand on these conflicts?
Yeah.
You being a New Yorker, what was that big debate everyone was talking about, the congestion tax?
Oh yeah.
And like, I've never like owned a car in New York. I don't own a car today. Actually, I have one in Chicago finally, but I'm not a big car driver. If I can take public transit, if I can bike, I'll do it. So I was like a proponent because I was like, less cars in Manhattan is going to make the city just a more enjoyable place to be.
I think that's like, if you are the host of a podcast, I think that's a bad take to have. Your comment section is about to go off.
Yeah, no, they're not going to like that take, but I can see it. It would hurt some people's livelihoods. Like if you're an Uber driver, or I don't know, if you're delivering food, if you do something where you have to be in the car all day.
This is where I think it's not a good idea. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is my take on the whole thing. My really rich friends, my friends who are my bosses, who I know live outside of New York City and
Dan Katz,
and have to commute and drive into the city. I say, hey, how's this congestion tax? Right. And these are my rich friends who are sort of offensively wealthy, you know? I go, hey, how's this congestion tax? And they go, love it, man. There's so much less traffic. And like, yeah, I'll pay whatever. I don't care. Just get everybody else off the road. And then I know it's not a good thing, you know? When like the super rich people are like, yeah, man, it's fine. I'll pay whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
Why don't you raise it even more? Let's try. Yeah, I don't care. So yeah, I get to my Maserati. I get to like really just open it up now.
Yeah,
like that makes me like be like, no.
Your tax for congestion tax should be correlate with how much your car costs.
Yeah.
Like if you go, like they go through, it's like Kelly Blue Book. Your car is $8,000. You're gonna pay $5.
This is
if you driving in a Maserati, you're paying $150 today.
The best I've ever heard.
Right?
We should talk to the Dutch, because like in the Dutch, like even if you're in Amsterdam, it's probably 75% bikes.
Well, Europe,
25% cars, and that's because there are insane taxes on.
Oh, really?
On cars. They may even have like a system where like if you have one type of license plate, you can only use your car like on certain days of the week, or might be making.
I know they do have sliding scales for like where you're at on the SES schedule too. Like if you go. I believe it's in Norway. Like, so let's say you make $40,000 a year, you get a speeding ticket in Norway. $40,000, your ticket's going to be like $25. You make $500,000, your ticket for the same exact offense is going to be like $1,500.
It's interesting.
So it impacts you the same.
Something you got to be really careful of in Holland, and this is a tip as an American going there. Man, they're crazy on those bikes. Like they have paths, and it's almost like living in New York now. Like, you know, those bike paths, how scary they are. Mm-hmm. They're coming. You got to make sure if you step off a curb, you have to look both ways. Those bikes are going fast.
There's 3 bikes in Amsterdam for every single person who lives in Amsterdam.
Really?
3 bikes. And they each year, I don't know if you've ever been there whenever they do it, but each year they have these huge magnets that go through on a back of a boat where they just collect all these different bikes and pull them out. And they'll just be stacks and stacks, like mountains of bikes that they pull out every single year.
So funny.
And they recycle the scrap.
Yes.
Well, you know what's funny too is my wife, who is Dutch, when we're in Holland or if we're not in Holland, anytime we're going to ride a bike, my wife takes a shower and doesn't like blow dry her hair or anything, gets on the bike with the wet hair. And when we get to our destination, her hair is like perfect.
Oh, nice.
So Dutch people really incorporate it into into their appearance.
Yeah, and they have straight up like bike highways. Like the problem with the bike lanes in New York is you're sharing the road with also a bunch of like cars and trucks and stuff.
Yeah.
But in Holland, they'll just have like this giant like 4-lane bike highway that leads into the city center.
Like the 606 in Chicago.
Yeah, that's not even it's not even next to a road. It's kind of its own thing. But
Yeah,
it works
Chicago's
out well.
doing a lot better as far as becoming a bikeable city.
It's getting
Yeah,
bike-
here's a problem with the winter town and a bikeable city. 5 or 6 months a year, it's like those bikes have got to
no
go away.
thanks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Can't
did
do
it.
it.
The first year that we moved here, I rode my bike into work. Like I e-bike and I
Even in like January and stuff.
yeah, like I all the way until
And you didn't
like
get the mud on
mid-
the back of
mid-January.
the back of your shirt and all
I
that
did.
stuff.
So I had like a jacket that I would wear, and also it was so cold that I switched to a motorcycle helmet to keep the wind off of my face because I would walk in and like look like I'd
Red,
been
I know.
reading nothing but the saddest shit.
I know.
Like
I
so
know.
sad. But yeah, it was fine after. But as long as your face and hands are good, you're fine.
Very true. When you were in Holland, did you ever have bitterballen? I think it's called.
Bitterballen?
don't even know
No,
if
I
that's
have
what it's called.
stroopwafels. Stroopwafels are like the
Stroopwafels?
breakfast
Huge
thing.
stroopwafel guy.
I had a lot of herring. They love just sort
Pickled
of like
herring?
pickled herring, smoked herring, even
yeah.
like raw herring. It's just what you have. What else do they eat?
We have a lot of birch and aspen tree decorations.
Yeah, a lot of birch. Actually, like come to think of it, they love their birch. And I had a lot of marijuana and mushrooms.
Okay.
Was that in Amsterdam?
That was in Amsterdam, yeah.
Yeah, I also partook. My first time in Amsterdam, I just was like, oh, I can get magic truffles.
Yeah.
This is sweet. Got the strongest type, and was having a good time for a bit. But then I got on one of those hop on, hop off canal cruises, and it was like all senior citizens and me, and we're just like packed in tight. And there's someone over the loudspeakers being like, "And that's the Anne Frank."
And you had a
Museum."
panic attack, and you were like, "Oh yeah, we're going down! Oh god!"
Yeah, pretty much. I had to get off at the next stop.
Yeah, I had a similar situation. I bought drugs there, but they're not illegal drugs. I bought drugs there, and was actually there with my wife. This may have been the first time, maybe the second time that we went, and we had some drugs left over, and we were flying home, and I was like, I don't want this to go to waste, and I wish there was a high school here. I could sell it to somebody, but I was like, well, I'm just flying back. I'll just take it. I'll take it all. Took it all, got to the airport, and European airports are different. They have like security with machine guns and everything, and you go through layers of customs. So it's like there's an initial interview, then you get your tickets, then there's another interview before you get on your plane, And they must have tells that like liars have, like it's like that awesome movie about the elves.
Lord of the Rings?
No, it's called Border. Somebody look it up. Elf movie. It might be called Border.
Border. Do you know the actors who's in it?
No, because they're like Swedish or something.
Oh, okay.
Border elf.
Elf
Border
movie.
Border
elf.
Elf.
Can you try to look that up?
Or Border. Knew it.
It's about an elf who's a customs agent.
So awesome because the elf can like sniff out who's lying, and it's like they have magical powers.
Yeah.
And like, so this border agent, who's a woman,
Fucking
is
narc.
like sniffs everybody's luggage and is able to say there's like, by the way, is able to sniff out like child pornography and like everything. Like really, like it's an awesome. I don't want to say anything else about it. It's an awesome movie. Check it out. But
I don't like that they're using elf powers for law enforcement.
it was so
just
cool.
be
The
an
child
art.
pornography
I mean,
thing,
child
I'm cool.
pornography
I'm cool with
bonds is fine.
I'm cool with stopping
I'm
that.
telling
but
you, it
for
is
drugs,
an awesome movie. But awesome movie. But it's so funny. I went to so I took all these drugs and thought I was just going to get on a plane and it's a long flight, It was such a mistake. I got to the airport, and then like everything kicked in. And I first saw the people with the machine guns, and I panicked. And I was like saying to my wife, like, why do they have machine? Why are there machine guns? What is going on? And my wife was like, what's wrong with you? And I was like, why are there machine guns here? Like, what is this? And my wife was like, hey, just chill out. I think you're tripping right now. Like, just stop. So we get to the first layer of customs where they're like, okay, hello, welcome. And I was really sweating at this point.
Yep.
And I was with my wife, and they were like, hello, okay, where are you traveling? And my wife was like, we're going to Los Angeles. And the customs agent was like, okay, have you packed all your bags and had them in your sight? And my wife went, yeah. And I went, I didn't pack her bag. I don't know what's in her bag. And my wife was like, what? And I went, I packed I know what's in my bag. I know what's in my bag. I don't know what's in her bag. I don't know what's in there. And my wife was like, oh, what the fuck? What are you doing right now? And I was like, I don't know what you packed. I don't know what you have. And I remember in the moment, I thought maybe my wife had some of the drugs in her bag. And
I am trying to pin it on your wife
I
already.
immediately narked her out. I mean, it really, I got to tell you, it's something that was brought up in couples
this
therapy.
Motherfucker's high as shit.
It was something that was brought up in couples therapy. I immediately narked her out. Immediately. There was nothing in her bag. They, of course, took her aside and checked everything.
My God.
And like we finally met up. We were able to meet up at the gate because they took her to a back room. And then I had to by myself walk to the gate, and I was sitting there, and like a few officers brought her there, and they were like, okay, you can board your flight and it's fine. And my wife was like, what the fuck is wrong with you, man? Like, what is going on?
Dude, I used to be concerned about that too if I knew I had just like a small amount of drugs for personal use. But according to Chaps, those people with the machine guns, those dogs you see at the airport, they're not concerned about like a small amount of drugs at all. They're only there for bombs or weapons.
So my old job was, before Barstool, I was a bomb dog handler.
Yeah.
Drug dog guy.
Yeah.
So like I worked in airports, trained those dogs. 99% of those dogs are not looking for drugs. Now, coming from Amsterdam is a big drug spot.
Right.
So that might be different there.
But if it's like personal use, like obviously if someone's like a drug trafficker has like a suitcase filled with drugs.
But if you have like a couple shrooms in a bag, like nobody, I'm not saying don't go to like Dubai with that or something, but.
Well, I am going to, I'm going to lightly disagree with you. I went to Vancouver to ski, and I was with someone. We were both smoking a tremendous amount of marijuana. This is also before marijuana was legal or legal-ish in the United States. And I was in Vancouver, and they had great marijuana, like really potent stuff. And I was skiing and smoking a tremendous amount. And again, right before I came home, right before I was getting ready to go, I was with my buddy who I was with, who was from there. I smoked as much marijuana as I could before I was flying home. And so I got to the airport, and I was really high, and checked in at the because they you do the border crossing before you go to the United States. In Vancouver and in Toronto, you go through customs on the Canadian side. And so I was there, and guy was walking with a beagle. Ooh. And cute dog. I was high. I was feeling good. I knew I didn't have anything on me. It's not like I was
beagle. If you thought you had nothing to worry about.
And I wasn't with my wife, who was packing all those drugs away. And I don't know, 100 people in line. Guys walking with the beagle, cute beagle, and I saw it, and I was like, oh, look at this little beagle. And I know not to touch service dogs. I was like, look at this. And the beagle came, and in such a cute manner, tail wagging, sat leaning against, came and sat right next to me, sat down. And I was like, this is so cute. And I petted its head, and I was like, look at this little beagle. Look at this little guy.
It's a passive response, that's what it's called. Yeah.
And they came and they took me out of the line. And took me to the back room. And let me know that the beagle peg me for drugs. I was like,
yeah,
that's why
I mean, the chance is not zero, but they're not high for sure.
And it was funny. Now, mind you, I had just
thought
put out
the
a
Beagle
joint.
was like a fan
Yeah,
of
like you
yours.
smell like that. Is vapor vaping is what it's called, and that method is not very reliable at all. But it is if you had just done it, like
Literally
it's
just put the joint out, said goodbye to my friend. He drove off in his car, and I walked right in, and that's what I think happened.
Because we try to do that same method for bombs in like the subway in New York, like where you teach the dogs just to walk through and get the odor, but it's like it swirls so much that it's really hard to do. Yeah. But they could do it in airports. That's why it's designed that way. It's like a weave. Yeah.
Did they confiscate your weed and then just?
I didn't. I wasn't holding.
Oh, you were. Just,
I wasn't holding.
Just high yourself.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wasn't holding at all. And I remember being back there and like immediately getting nervous because you're in a back room, and saying, "Do you have narcotics on you?" And I was like, "Absolutely not." And they were like, "Are you on narcotics right now?" And I remember pausing and being like, "Do I have to answer that?" And they were like, "No." And I was like, "Well, I'd prefer not to answer." Yeah. And so then I stopped answering things.
Has there ever been a role that you've turned down based on location where it was filming, where you're like, I normally might want to do it, but I don't want to go there for that long?
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm trying to get this.
Especially after having kids, I'm sure that makes it a little bit harder.
I'm trying to get this correct. I think it was. I want to say Serbia.
Serbia's a lot of fun, man.
Yeah.
But it sounds. I feel like when you say the word Serbia, you're like, I don't know if I want to go there.
Yeah.
When you said fun, I was like, I wouldn't have used that adjective.
Belgrade, Serbia, man.
Yeah.
They love their cigarettes.
Yeah, I think it was Serbia at the time, and I had very young children, and I really liked the director and the producer of this thing, and I was ready to sign on, and they said, "Okay, let us know when you're ready to go."
Yeah,
and I was like, "Oh yeah, where are we shooting?" I'd shot in, Canada, Australia. I'd been everywhere, and they said Serbia, and I had infant children at home, and I went, I don't think I can go to Serbia.
And I think it's because all three of us, we grew up at a time where there were like constant wars going on in Serbia, like drama with Kosovo and
the
Balkan Wars.
Sure.
Yeah,
but it's
Bosnia.
Very beautiful place though. I was shocked, and good food as well.
Right. I'd love to shoot in Prague. I've never been.
I've never been to Prague either, but I want to go. That's a big want to go for me.
Yeah. Been to Budapest. Worked there. Really fun. Just those old European cities. Is Hungary considered Eastern Europe? I think it is.
Yeah. It's like you're supposed to pronounce it a certain way. It's like
Budapest.
Yeah.
Pest.
Budapest.
There's
gorgeous though.
Buda was on one side of the river. Pest was on the other side. Then they became one city.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I'm actually a British citizen. I have my UK passport. My father's British. He emigrated to the States. I have my dual citizenship.
So did she immigrate from the Netherlands, or was she from?
My wife was born in the United States, but her parents are, so she's first gen.
Were you upset about Brexit though? Because if you had a European passport, there's a lot more you can do.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like politics. I mean, I don't really like get into it. My dad was from the UK, so I mean, they weren't part of the European Union.
Yeah.
Before I got to tell you, my wife was just there, and UK's thriving. She was like, it is bustling. So, I'm not an economist, so whatever they're doing, it's working.
In terms of the passport, like when they were part of the EU, then you would also have an EU passport, which might make travel a little bit easier.
It doesn't really affect me. I don't really care.
I think you can still go anywhere in Europe you want to. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I think my son will eventually have an EU passport because my wife has an Irish passport.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
So they can pass it down. I thought I would be able to get one just by marrying
through
her,
marriage.
They changed that kind of recently. I think I would have to live there for 3 years and then I could get one.
All right. Well, when you open Barstool Dublin.
Yeah, Barstool Dublin or Cork probably more of our speed.
Yeah, just the Ireland and Australia is the two spots where I think Barstool could expand very easily.
Yeah.
Don't have to worry about a language barrier.
Mm-hmm.
I lived in Venice for a year because my wife had a teaching job out there, And we would actually, someone told us about this website online where we could order magic truffles straight from Holland. And they would just arrive in the mail. Tasted horrible, but a very good buzz.
Okay.
Got the job done.
Yeah.
Yeah. Highly recommend those. Mm-hmm. Let's see if we had any last questions.
I think we did it all. Drugs, customs, countries.
Framing your wife.
Piranha 3D. I never got to ask you about that one.
That was a horror movie I did.
And it actually did well, right?
Yeah.
It was
It was a horror movie I did where Piranha. It would be like if Piranha here at Camp Barstool killed everyone.
Okay.
Yes. I
Really,
was reading
really
something
fun
about
movie.
they were like
Shot at a beautiful part of the United States, Lake Havasu.
Yeah.
yes,
It
which
is
is
so-
in Arizona.
So gorgeous, and listen,
Man-made lake.
man-made lake, Colorado River, I believe. The water is awesome. The desert is awesome because it's a man-made lake. It's almost got this like surreal vibe to it because there's water there that shouldn't be there, and
Cliff jumping.
Oh, so
cliff
that's
jumping.
Havasu Falls, which I think is like a hike. I think it might be like the source of it or something.
Yeah. But they used to do MTV Spring Break there.
Listen,
really?
I get it. It's mostly known as like a party town. People have boats, people party. The girls wear the pasties, not the bathing suits. And it is sexy and fun and booze fueled and all that stuff. But I just want to like we started this off saying, hey, I saw you swimming. And I was like, I love bodies of water. That Lake Havasu is such an amazing body of water because it's river water in a lake that's always moving. The water is drinkable water. It is really, it's like being in this reservoir that is river fed. It's really an incredible body of water. Gorgeous. Had such a, was really enamored with the beauty of Lake Havasu.
Yeah, I would say the number one hike I want to do in the U.S. is called Havasu Falls. It's right by there, but you need to sign up like a year in advance because it's on Native American land.
Right.
And they were just like, there's way too many hikers. We're going to like ruin this part of the country. So now you sign up and you get a hiking permit and it's like a 10-mile hike in. There's these beautiful waterfalls that you can jump off of and just like
really fun
pitch a
thing to
tent.
do too. In Arizona, I guess gun laws are more lax there.
For sure.
We went to shooting ranges so much and just shot every single kind of gun. So much fun. Just the big ones. Bop, 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 bop. It's just so funny. I shot the Dirty Harry gun every time I went to the range.
A couple of my buddies that got out, they work at those kind of places, like teaching people how to shoot the like submachine guns and shit.
So helpful.
Yeah.
Getting the history. I shot a World War II gun. I love to play Call of Duty, so it was like I got to shoot all the guns that I have in Call of Duty.
Did they tell you how long to pull the trigger? Was it like die, fuzzy bunny, die?
Yeah.
Die, fuzzy bunny, die.
Right.
Yeah.
Really, really helpful and very knowledgeable and really fun and felt very safe, like shooting it and everything. Really,
You
really
throw a
good
grenade?
time. I have never thrown a grenade.
You'd be good at it.
That's a little too nerve-wracking for me. I've just seen too many videos of people throwing grenades and then somehow them bouncing off of a wall and coming
Yes.
back and then
Yeah.
the video stopping. I'm not into that.
I said this on the live stream last night, but are there parts of the country where people like grenade fish? Like I've seen movies where someone just throws a grenade in a body of water and then a bunch of dead fish.
I've seen
I
on
would
YouTube
imagine that
people-
gets frowned upon.
Yeah,
I've seen people lighting dynamite and throwing it into a lake and then fish just like bubbling up. You know, it's sort of cheating.
Very much so. Yeah.
Very much cheating. That's not sustainable fishing.
And
folks.
I'll go ahead and say it. We disavow that on Drop a Pin.
We do.
Dynamite
I mean,
fishing is out. Officially
I
disavowed.
think everyone's allowed one grenade in a body of water. Though.
One grenade. Everybody knows the rules. Mm-hmm. All right, Jerry. Thanks so much
Thanks
for
so
joining
much,
us.
dude. This is
Thank
great.
you guys. As they say in Holland, dankjewel. Dankjewel.
Donkey.
Dankjewel.
All right. Thanks.
That was funny, guys.
Today's show is brought to you by our good friends at Blue Chew. We're not doing a hardcore history, but we are doing our own podcast, and we're going to be bricked up while we're doing it. Because, guys, when we enter the room dick first, Blue Chew isn't just a tablet. It's a cheat code for your crotch. They're stronger, harder, longer lasting, like someone gave your downstairs a little bit of a pep talk and a gym membership. Blue Chew is the original brand offering chewable tablets for better sex. Guys, this isn't just about performance or about legacy. It's about your third legacy. Give her group chat something to talk about. You know, when you lay it down, they're talking about how it gets up. This isn't a supplement. It's an erection resurrection. Nothing makes you more of a legend than our little Blue Chew. Discover your options at bluechew.com. And we've got a special deal for our listeners right now. As always, get your first month of Blue Chew free. Just use the promo code DROP at checkout and pay $5 for shipping. That's it. Join Blue Chew's mission to upgrade humanity one thrust at a time. Head to bluechew.com for details and safety info. And big thanks to Blue Chew for sponsoring this podcast. I've got a Blue Chew in my pocket, and when I drive home today, I'm going to take it as soon as I'm passing O'Hare. And then when I pull into the house, the missus is going to get an absolute average wienering.
I'm sure she missed it this week.
Oh, yeah, she missed this cock of mine for sure. So if you want to fuck your significant other or just a random passerby with consent, do it with our good friends at Blue Chew. Again, use the promo code DROP at checkout for $5 for the shipping, and that's it for your first month. Unbelievable deal.
Mm-hmm. Drop a Pin is also brought to you by DraftKings. The rivalries, the marching bands, the upsets. Saturdays are just way more fun now that college football is back. Think you know the game? Put your college football knowledge to the test with DraftKings Sportsbook and turn your picks into big payouts. They have live betting during the game to rivalry week odd boosts and so much more. So whether you're betting on your go-to team or making moves mid-game as the momentum shifts, Saturdays are yours to own with DraftKings Sportsbook. Here's something special for first-timers, new customers. If you bet $5, you'll get $300 in bonus bets instantly. So all you got to do is download the DraftKings Sportsbook and use code DROP. That's code DROP for new customers to get $300 in bonus bets instantly when you bet just $5. Once again, that is code DROP. Shout out DraftKings Sportsbook. The crown is yours.
Today's show is also brought to you by our friends at Marzetti. Spice up the lame or cool down the flame when you dip with Marzetti's Ranch on game day. Don't settle for basic, boring stuff. Get restaurant-quality ranch from Marzetti. I mean, really, whenever you're dealing with, like, a store-bought, Marzetti's is the way to go because it is thick. It's not like watery bullshit that other ranch can be. It's delicious. Like I had it, I've been growing my own peppers. Mm-hmm. I've been growing my own cucumbers for the first time. I've sliced them up, dip them in that ranch. Absolute delight. I highly recommend it. They got the spicy kind that's seasoned with Tabasco sauce, and it can elevate the tame tasting foods like mozzarella sticks, pizza, what have you. It's football season right now.
Spicy ranch is one of my favorite condiments at the moment. You put a little bit of that on your pizza.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So even if your team loses a bunch of games this season and parlays don't play out, your mouth can still be a winner on game day thanks to Ranch with Marzetti. It's unbelievable. Find Marzetti Ranch at your local grocery store, refrigerated by the fruits, veggies, or visit marzetti.com to learn more.
Marzetti's, the crown jewel of ranch.
That's exactly right. Let's get back into the pot.
Where's the video?
What do you mean?
I thought we were watching a video.
No. We are the ones on
What?
video.
What
Dude, we make
are
content.
you
We're
on? I thought we were watching a video and talking about it.
No.
Oh, all right.
The video's right here for
Because
part
we've
of
read books,
All
Dante.
right.
I'll find a YouTube video for you to watch.
All right, here we go. All right, so this is welcome back. I'm sure you've probably been listening to some gibberish for a little while, but we're back with our segment, High School. Today we are at Camp Barstool, as you can see by all the branding around us. We're having a great time, and all of us have partaken in a little bit of what the French like to call marijuana. And because of that, we are now a little bit high. What?
Oh.
What, Kate? What? What's the
I
problem?
thought you were going to say we all have partaken in a little bit of Mountain Dew, so when you said marijuana,
Well, we had to.
We have all done the dude
Yeah.
multiple times today.
We're hyped up on.
doing both.
We're
We're
hyped
doing
up on
both.
both for sure.
Do you know that
this is
story?
a bad look.
No.
Start
No,
over.
no,
No, we can't start over. That was a great look.
All right.
All right, so we're
Yes.
gonna do today's high school. We're gonna be talking about explorers. Donnie is going to talk about some. Chief is going to talk about some, and we're all going to chime in. And at any time, anybody that's sitting here, which if you're listening on the audio version, It's Kate, Chief, me, Donnie, White Sox Dave, and Dante are all in the room, and we got high, and now we're gonna talk a little bit sports.
And raise your goddamn hands if you have any questions.
That's exactly right.
Chaps is allowed to interrupt me, but I mean the rest of you, I want to see that hand up high.
It is school. School.
You can interrupt me as well.
Oh, all right. What an honor.
Yeah.
That's what happens when you're a substitute high school teacher.
That's true.
The rest of you guys can too. I'm kind of a pushover. Yeah.
All right, Donnie, our Chief, why don't you go ahead and start?
All right. So this is a book I read 2 summers ago. It's called River of Darkness, and that's why I'm having a hard time remembering things today. But Dave was like, "No, we did River of Doubt. This is a different story." So this is Spanish conquistadors, and we've already had Cortez in Mexico at this point. We've already had Francisco Pizarro doing the Incas. And
Doing the Incas.
Is
that what we call it?
Did them in.
Yes, yes, he did. Yeah.
But so they were like finding, like, there's all kinds of silver mines in Peru. They're making a shit ton of money. And another commodity that was like huge in Europe at the time, where you could build an empire on, was cinnamon. So the Francisco Pizarro had a group out in Peru, and they sent like I can't remember, like a couple of boats worth of guys, 40, 50 people over the Andes, because they were looking for cinnamon. Like, cinnamon was such a cash crop at that time that people were like, this can be my claim to fame. I can be the next Cortez. I can be the next Pizarro. So this guy, not Dave, I need your help with this because I can't roll my R's or L's.
I can't do that.
Oh, I thought you were a Spanish guy.
Yeah, he's fluent in Spanish. You can't roll
Francisco
R's.
Orellana.
Bordiana.
Orellana.
Do it.
Did not roll my R's
Try
at
again.
all.
Let me hear again.
Bordiana.
No, that was fucking.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Oh, okay. Kate,
Bordiana.
you say
Hey.
it. Francisco Orellana.
He sent him over the Andes.
Sent him over the Andes.
And to find cinnamon,
Yeah.
that was good. To
Je
find
m'appelle Clau.
Cinnamon was the thing.
yes. He sent him over to find some cinnamon, but he was also thinking like, okay, we just found the Incan Empire. Cortez found the Mexican Empire. We might find another rich empire.
And like the other natives in Peru on the west side of the Andes were telling them about these civilizations up and over the Andes, and there was like a name for it. It's like La Calena. So it's like Canelo, the boxer, that means cinnamon. He's a redhead. So this is La Canela. This is the land of cinnamon. So they were like told about this by natives. Like, there's so much cinnamon. So like, get out of our neighborhood.
I bet they were shocked that it came from bark.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because who would have ever thought you look at a tree and be like, you know what? I should grate that
I'm
over
gonna
toast.
eat that. Yeah. Might grind up a little in my coffee. Yeah.
Not a lot of great barks out there,
That's a good point.
Yeah.
except for sassafras. Great bark. All right.
What's sassafras?
Isn't sassafras? Isn't that just like a bark?
I thought it was a drink.
I don't
It's
know
a tree.
what.
Trees
I'm
have
thinking of a
barks,
sarsaparilla.
and I think they brew. I think they brew the bark to make sassafras. I think that's why it's called Barks Root Beer, because it's made out of fucking bark.
Is it cork bark
Is that
too?
birch
No,
wood?
it's spelled with a
Cork is
Q. Bark.
Cork is
All right.
bark.
There's a lot of great barks out there.
Yeah.
I actually think cork is the number one bark.
Yeah, cork's probably top bark.
I wouldn't even call it a bark. That's like the inside of a tree.
Oh, I thought it was the
I'd
outside.
say a
Dante?
golden retriever.
Did you guys know cork is going extinct?
Yes.
Yeah.
So is rubber.
Really? I didn't
Yeah.
Well, now we have synthetic rubber, but
Right.
do we have synthetic cork?
They do.
Yeah.
They have
Okay.
rubber corks. They have another material packaging guy. There's another cork.
Now, you want to know plastic, you ask.
Yeah. And there is a rubber cork. There is the screw caps, so you don't even really need a cork as much. And then there is one that looks more like a regular cork. That's a synthetic cork.
Okay.
So
All right, so they went over the
Is this
Andes.
gonna be like in that movie Dog Show where he's like pine nut?
No,
whiskey nut.
guys. I'm ending the bark conversation right now. Back to history.
you got us on
No,
the
I
bark.
know, and I had a great time doing it. It's done.
Don't
It's
flat
fucking
out
done.
end
I had
it.
a. It was
Don't
great.
just
It's
end
over.
it. Table it for a minute.
Okay.
We'll just table it for a second.
I'll be honest. I want to hear more, but put it to my head. I couldn't tell you who we're talking
You can say
about.
gun.
Francisco Orellana. You said his name.
Okay.
Yeah.
Orellana. Orellana.
right.
Orellana.
He went over the Andes
He went over the
Over the
Andes.
Andes.
Okay,
Got
so
it.
they get over.
into the Amazon.
It's
Cinnamon.
they're at like
Who are
what do you call
very
the
mad
top
at
of a
us right
river?
now.
Like the start of a river? What's that called?
Mouth.
Oh,
the
the
mouth.
That's
Yeah.
the end.
The
of it.
source.
The source.
yes.
They're
yeah,
at like the
they
very
found-
beginning of the Amazon River, And nobody had been over the Andes before, so no one knew what was beyond them. And so they start going down and looking for the land of cinnamon. Everybody starts dying. People are getting sick. People are starving to death. And so you had the groups kind of split off. And you had Francisco Orellana. He's like, we're going to go ahead. And then a bunch of, like, Pizarro's guys went back. And that's important later. So he goes, what?
Yeah, no, because I think that they didn't even mean to split up at first. At one point, they were like, you guys go and scout like 10 miles down the river.
Yeah.
They got 10 miles down. They're like, this current's too strong.
They couldn't go back.
There's no way we are going back.
So it was like, we can't. And they had been like going over the mountains already. They were carrying a ton of supplies. It was like the most miserable trip ever. So they decided, all right, we're just going to see where this river goes. And it was the Amazon. And no one had been there before. And they start going down. Like their boats are falling off. And like this is all like, quote unquote official record because they had a friar on board and he was just journaling about like the day's adventure every day. He was taking like very detailed notes, and that's what
I'm making French fries again. I'm making it because I take him as a literal fryer.
Yeah.
Boats did always
another
need a deep
day
fryer.
of nuggets for me, the fryer.
Right.
Sorry.
What have you guys scavenged to throw in the deep fryer tonight, boys?
Oh,
Can I
you
say
meant
one
like
more thing? Sorry.
F-R-Y.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Can I say one more thing?
You got there.
Do you know what gives me the ick
What?
in a man? Dying in the land of cinnamon. You can't do that.
He
That's some
hasn't.
pussy ass shit.
He hasn't died yet.
Some of
Okay.
them have.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
that
some of them
sucks.
have, but
Yeah.
our boy, whatever.
Orellana.
Fellas, is it gay to die in the land of cinnamon?
It
Okay.
gives me the ick a little bit.
Orellana is still alive at this point, though, right?
Okay.
Yeah,
Sorry, I
this
just
is
barely.
500 years ago. But yeah, he's
crushing
it. Yeah, he's still alive. A lot of his guys are alive. That friar guy is still alive. And so,
Hot fries here.
yeah, so they start going down, and they don't really see anything for a while except for jungle. They're just going down the Amazon, and it's getting to the point where there's like notes in the journal like we're considering cannibalism. Like they're like eyeballing Dante, they're eyeballing Dave, being like, I don't know, are those the guys we should eat to stay alive? They're having debates about it, and then they keep going down and they hear like drums in the distance. Dante,
Were they floating or walking along down the river?
they're in boats.
They're in boats?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so they're in these, and they hear these drums in the distance. And this is like the first natives that they encounter. And so they're like, well, we're either going to starve to death on this boat or these natives are going to kill us. So they might have food. So we got to just risk it. Maybe they won't kill us. So they dock their boats and the natives like scatter, but they're having a feast. So they were just like, oh, free food. So that like they got all this shit and were eating, and that allowed them to stay alive longer. Then they continue down the Amazon. Then they meet some hostile tribes. So the hostile tribes, they said they're like raining arrows on them. So they're going down the boat or down the river in their boats, and they're just from the shores. Natives are just shooting all kinds of arrows at them. So it's like a very like every day is like worse than the next. And how long is the Amazon? Can we look that up?
Longest river on the planet.
Yeah.
That's all we know.
Let's all guess. I'm gonna guess.
This is a Chaps question.
I'm gonna guess 3,700 miles.
Okay.
You want to look that up on your phone?
I looked it up.
You said 3,700? Yeah. All right, that's actually not a bad guess.
I looked it up too. Kate, did you look at
2890.
You did not look at my phone. Who's next?
2,800 miles.
2890.
No, you know what? I'm going higher. I'm going to send it 4,100 final answer.
Wow,
Whoa.
the bravery.
I'm gonna go. No, so it's a Mercator projection. It's gonna be lower than you think.
It's a Mercator projection.
I'm gonna guess 2,500.
Okay,
Mercator
Dante, how long's the
projection.
Amazon?
Mercator.
Because it's on the
That's not a
equator.
real thing.
It's a Mercator
I think that's why it's longer.
projections.
I think
this
it's
is like actual
Okay.
miles.
All right.
I'm
I think-
looking at a map.
I think it's like 4,000.
Okay.
Dante's the closest. It's 3977.
Okay.
So,
But he
also
went
dead
over.
on.
I said 3,700.
so Dante, Price is Right. You're up.
Yeah, I went over.
So,
Yes.
so long ass fucking river.
Long ass river.
That is crazy.
This is kind of the sequel to the last one we did, because we talked about the River of Doubt when Hemingway went up the Amazon the other direction.
Right.
These guys are coming from the Andes, though.
And it had already been mapped when Hemingway did it, largely a lot by this guy.
He claimed to be going down like a side river that hadn't been mapped or whatever.
about
But
Roosevelt?
these guys, keep in mind, the guys you're talking about, first Europeans ever to be on the Amazon.
By
Kate,
accident.
you shut the fuck up.
By accident.
So by accident, yes.
So, Chief, so what happens? So they encounter these hostile tribes, and then what?
I hear the drums, the arrows are coming.
Right. So but they're like, there's accounts of like all these like cities, and they're like organized, and they have this like kind of technology. So you're expecting them to be like primitive natives. What they described were not. So they're like, this is like a wild, like, where the fuck are we? And
I think they reported towns of like 10,000 people, which is was a lot.
That's a big town, yeah.
So and then this gets into why the Amazon is called the Amazon too, because they encounter this tribe of like warrior women. So the Amazon, I believe, is like Greek mythology for warrior women. So they ran into a tribe, and they're like, we're fighting all these fucking women, and it's like, what is this? And they're like, they're the Amazon women.
Can you imagine
and
getting killed by women in the land of cinnamon?
They were big women, Kate. Okay, they were fucking 7 feet tall.
Couldn't be me. Couldn't
It was
be
like
me.
Brianna Tarth.
yeah. They're all Briannas. There's accounts of them running into like albino tribes too.
Yeah.
So, anyways,
Imagine getting killed by an albino woman in the land of cinnamon.
yeah,
riding one of those.
I should
dolphins
say
with
they
albinism,
they never found this supposed land of cinnamon. So none of them actually died there. They were just looking for it.
Imagine to
Yeah,
have
so
claimed
they
it, though.
they found 0.0 grams of
I
cinnamon.
believe
on this
that's
journey.
the case.
Because
Yeah.
does cinnamon even grow in the Amazon?
I don't think so. I think it's primarily in Asia.
Yeah, I thought so too.
The Spice Islands.
Yeah. So they probably had
The
cinnamon in
Moluccas.
Europe from like.
I think that's what they're actually called. Malacca. Malacca me some spices.
Did anybody know that's why the Amazon's called the Amazon? From this guy's journal?
I feel like that.
That's pretty cool, though.
All right.
Whoa.
Yeah. No, it's good. Malacca me some spices.
Spice joke.
Yeah. It's just like a spice pun. So, how are these guys doing? They can't be
They're
doing well.
not doing
right?
well.
Yes.
They're not doing well. And like that thing where they're like thinking about cannibalism, like that comes up like multiple times. And then like Oriana is like credited with making sure the crew doesn't eat each other and have a mutiny and all that kind of shit. So they continue down. They get to this stretch because they would like sleep on the boat sometimes. Sometimes they would like get off and forage to try to find food and like, sleep on the ground. They run into this part of the Amazon where they're like, there is no ground. Like it's just treetops, but it's like floodplains in the Amazon. So
Mangrove swamps.
Right. So they're like trying to find land, like canoeing and shit between these trees, and they're like, we can't find any imagine it's like being in fucking Avatar.
Yeah.
Like nothing is real. And they're like animals you've never seen, and fish, people. It's like this is the most insane adventure ever that you didn't intend to go on. You're just looking for some fucking cinnamon, and they can't.
We take cinnamon for granted these days.
We really do.
We're like, oh, fucking cinnamon again?
God, that shit's
Oh,
99
wow.
cents.
My dad put cinnamon on the French toast. Cool, Dad.
99 cents?
99 cents still at Trader Joe's.
Yeah.
That's insane. That shit's expensive everywhere else. Cinnamon? Wait,
It was expensive back in the 1500s.
Sure
I'll tell you that
was.
much.
Yeah.
It was
Sure
worth it.
was.
Cost people their
Weight in
lives,
gold.
Donnie.
Yeah.
on the Amazon.
Cost people their lives.
Far too many.
Yeah.
Far
Too many people died over cinnamon.
Yeah.
So so they're like constantly like trying to be like, where should we go? So they'll go down these tributaries and like, well, we just got to go back to the main river. So they're like kind of like when they're looking for solutions, they end up accidentally like mapping a lot of the Amazon too, because they're just like, we have to find, like, we can't, where the fuck are we? We can't get out of here. So they continue sailing down, and like their boats are falling apart. Like they have these canoes, basically like giant canoes, and they keep falling apart from wear and tear of the river. So they like dock, essentially cut down trees, build new canoes in the middle of their journey. All right, we'll keep going.
And you're not doing that with a DeWalt power tool.
No,
You're doing that with like a fucking spoon.
Whatever they have, yeah.
Basically, yeah.
An ice cream
I was
scoop.
gonna say hatchet, but
Crazy.
it's probably
Yeah.
it was probably a spoon at this point. It probably started off as a hatchet. Now they just have like a spoon.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
fucking.
The friar's like, where the fuck's me spatula?
Where's me spatula?
Yeah.
Where's my goon spoon?
So
I can't get the
and,
goons
like,
out of the fryer.
And this trip, like, we'll all be ready to get out of here when we're having fun now. But a couple more nights on those beds are like, all right, get me home. This trip took a year, like just about a year going down the river, with like people dying and like all like natives, all the shit we've talked about.
I would rather kill myself than do that. Like even knowing if like people are gonna talk about it 700 years later, I would rather kill myself than go on that
We're
mission.
gonna circle back to that because go ahead.
Is this like I'm not trying to be funny, but was this like a suicide mission? Because how did they know where
They
were going to end up?
So
and
they just
how they
couldn't-
were going to get back?
We talked.
They didn't have
couldn't
no
get,
idea
They knew
where
they
they were.
couldn't get back. Like that was why they're down the river. The currents were too strong when they started, so they went like ahead to look for food and stuff because people were starving, and they just couldn't get back upriver.
Yeah, like let's keep in mind when they found that river on the other side of the Andes, they didn't know it was the largest river on the planet.
Right.
They were like, "This is a river; it could help us travel a little farther." And then all of a sudden, they're just swept up, and they're like, "Oh,
And on
fuck!"
it for a year.
Yeah.
Right, and so
That's
crazy,
and
man.
so they finally get down to like the mouth of the Amazon. So it's like we've been on this thing for a year, almost 4,000 miles. We're exhausted, dead, disease, all this shit, and it's like, well, now where are we? We're in the Caribbean, the Atlantic Ocean. So their only option is, well, these canoes can't get in the ocean. So chop down more trees. They built seafaring ships from scratch, like on like the beach, basically. Sailed up into the Caribbean using the stars somehow. This is where it's like...
This sounds like they went and hid in a motel in Jersey from their wives, and they're like, we better come up with a good story. This doesn't sound...
Babe, I was just trying to get you
There
some
was
cinnamon.
so many arrows, babe. You wouldn't...
You were
these
there
other
with
women were
Francis.
coming at
Amazon
you.
has like cities, bro.
Francisco is who you're with.
yeah.
That sounds a little gay, baby.
Yeah.
The land of cinnamon. Okay. No, I'm not.
Wait, so they got back?
So they build these like seafaring boats, and
Which you would hope from a boat.
yeah, well, I mean, the canoe can't go, like a rowboat can't go. They
Yeah.
have to build like a massive transatlantic.
Like a sail.
Like
and
a
they
Nina Pinto
yeah.
Santa Maria.
That's
And
what I'm
so I
talking
think
about.
they sailed up north into the Caribbean
The original
first,
Big Three.
and then went all the way back across to Spain, and just navigating by constellations. And they get back, and they're like, "You would not believe what the fuck we just saw. We got cities of gold, like
wake up.
yeah."
And everybody's like, okay.
Yeah. I think probably a lot of people were like, "Yeah, sure."
Oh, it was 4,000
No,
Dude,
miles.
imagine like the
That-
wildlife and animals they saw. Like they probably thought they were
Imagine,
like
There was
imagine
hundreds
it's
It was
anaconda.
Avatar.
Yeah.
It's anaconda.
Well, there was hundreds of thousands of species that they saw that no longer exist.
yeah, true
That we've
too.
never seen.
Right.
Yeah.
And like, and now, like,
was
and they
deep.
would talk about these like big advanced cities that they would see along the Amazon, and then
I think that's probably the craziest takeaway. I mean, the whole story's insane.
Yeah.
But the fact that he reports, he was like, no, the Amazon was like very densely populated.
Right.
Like there was like, we would just be passing a bunch of towns and cities. And like now when you think of the Amazon,
But-
it's like,
well, and no one's there, but and people are like, well, maybe he was full of shit, maybe
Yeah.
he was just sensationalized and whatever, and trying to make a story for their wives, the whole thing. And then now when they do so, because by the time Westerners went back to these places, it was kind of how we envision it.
and it was because of the like smallpox and
Right.
diseases that
Yeah.
these guys may have brought.
Right. And then the jungle just swallowed up these places whole. So people are like, oh, like Orellano's crew, like they were full of shit. But now that they're doing the LiDAR,
The
they're
the
seeing
thermal imaging.
a lot of these like clear, like these were, man-made structures that could have been a big civilization in the heart of the Amazon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
because we think of the Amazon now as like an agricultural graveyard. Like there's not a lot of farming there. But then they found like this type of soil.
True.
Do you remember the name of it?
Like I don't, but it was it was like it's like made from like bat shit and stuff, right? Is that the one I'm thinking of?
Yeah,
it's some weird type
one
of
of the first documented like composting from like indigenous tribes.
But this type only exists in the Amazon,
right?
And they've found it kind of like clearly in certain areas that it's been like it was put there because people were farming. Like, where's my phone? I don't know. Look up the I would love to know what this is called. One of you guys search magical soil of the Amazon. In the land of cinnamon. No, don't search that.
How pissed do you think that the ghosts of these guys are? Watching a bunch of teens in 2013 do the cinnamon challenge and just waste.
Yeah, it's okay.
They did the cinnamon challenge.
Yeah, so it's called
super pissy.
Terra Preta or Amazonian dark earth, and it's a man-made soil. So like this soil is found all throughout the Amazon, and it doesn't occur naturally. So this was made by the ancient farmers of that area.
That's like this isn't like the same thing, but this story always stuck with me when they're talking about ayahuasca. Have you heard that? Where they go to the natives in wherever they were doing it, and it's made from two plants that don't really grow necessarily near each other. How of all the thousands of species, like you found these two, and in order to have an ayahuasca trip, you have to combine them because one's like an inhibitor, so your liver can't like processes it different, and you go to fucking outer space. And they're like, "How did you figure out how to do this?" And they're like, well, the plants told us how to do it. It was like, dude, what the fuck does that like? Whoa. Yeah, like that's
awesome.
Yeah.
Because do those two types of plants like naturally grow near each other? At least,
well, like in the same general, but it's not like
side by side.
No, they're not
naturally.
like a symbiotic. It's just like they somehow figured it out.
And when you're living in the Amazon, you have a lot of time to just
fuck around,
smoke stuff,
fuck around with plants.
Yeah.
It's like, what else are you gonna do? Like, I wonder what this plant does.
Yeah.
And eventually you're going to strike gold.
So that was the other thing with his return to Spain. Pizarro, who is still like, he was back in Peru on the coast. He had like sent letters back to like communications back to Spain being like, I don't know where Orellana went. They deserted us, like accused him of treachery. And Orellana gets there and he goes, no. We went down and like we met and so he shows like the maps and the journals and all these like we couldn't get back. This is like the most insane river you've ever heard of. So then the king and the queen like called back Pizarro and was like, hey, like called him back to Spain. And we're like, no, you're actually the pussy. Like you let them go on their own and you stayed back where it was safe. And so like his whole legacy, like in Spain, I want to say he might have been like murdered for this because it's like, you're the Pizarro who was like the conqueror of like a legendary conquistador. He was like, oh, like now it like Orellana like topsy-turvy the whole thing. Like, no, you're actually the pussy. You wouldn't believe what we've been through.
Yeah, I definitely think one of the Pizarros was murdered.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they're two. They're brothers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So then he became like this legend back in Spain, and then like he had, I think like a couple of years later, he was going to take a mission to go back to the mouth of the river, and I believe his boat sank. I think his like boat, like he died in a storm. I want to make sure I have that right though.
Yeah,
and that's kind of the end of his story.
I mean, it's kind of wild to like survive that whole thing and be like, I'm gonna go back. That is, and a lot of people did that. Like people who were like on the verge of cannibalizing their friends on like a whaling trip because their boat crashed. Well, then like they'll go back to Nantucket for a month and they'll be like, all right, it's time for another whaling trip. Like, aren't you going to fucking hang up the harpoon after that, dude?
But
I mean, you're on the verge of eating your friend.
For golden glory, though, people did a lot of things. I also feel like people were just dying all the time. Like they didn't care that. Like,
or you just really hate your wife. Like you get back home to the wife and kids for a month, and then you're like, yeah, I'm gonna go back on the fucking whaling boat.
Yeah.
What's 46 minus 11?
35. Great question. 35.
That is a great question.
He was only 35 when he died.
Yeah.
So he did all that before 35. I'm almost 40.
And you've never conquered the
I've
Amazon.
never
Yeah.
conquered
And
the Amazon or built a ship.
Don't get me started on Alexander the Great. Don't get me started on Alexander the Great. He had conquered the known world before the time he was 30, I think.
That's
What
crazy.
the hell?
Yeah, and then Julius Caesar, that pussy, he was crying one day, and he was like, "I'm the same age as Alexander the Great, and I haven't accomplished anything."
Yeah.
And then he goes on to just take over the Roman Empire.
Hey,
You pussy.
speaking
Shout
of,
out, but-
speaking of Alexander the Great,
Yeah.
who do you
love where
think
this is going.
who do you think set his library on fire and why?
I don't know if it's the library of Alexandria.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I don't know if it was his personal library, but it was
It was
the
the
biggest
city that was
library.
named
It was
after.
started by the artifacts
Yes.
and everything that he compiled on his.
Oh yeah.
Conquering.
Okay. Who do I think set it on fire?
Yeah.
Is this a trick question?
No, I'm curious.
Because it's not like I'm sure we can look. I'm sure there's a very
Oh
clear
no, I
answer
don't
to
know.
that.
There's just different theories.
There's different
and
theories.
think
I thought it was like
I
a
think
well
burned down multiple
documented.
times too.
Yes. But I don't think that's like a conspiracy or a mystery. I think it's just like these guys burnt it down. I'm not sure though. Who knows? Let's see.
It was the Catholic Church, Dante.
The Vatican. The
Yeah,
Vatican.
that's not
It was the Vatican.
Under the impression it was the Catholic
Yeah.
Church.
Correct answer.
Probably.
That's just how
I mean,
Dante
legit,
asks
probably.
anything
Right.
at all. It's
Right,
real
yeah.
conspiracy.
No,
You know what? That's
He brought up
actually-
Alexander the Great. He brought up
was the
Alexander the
church.
Great.
The fucking
No. That's fair. I mean, we got some people are saying it was Julius Caesar. It was also it was burnt multiple times. Julius Caesar, and then the Muslim conquest. Yeah, all we know is that that library is burnt the fuck.
So not the Catholic Church.
No.
It wasn't, but the Catholic Church did burn some libraries.
That's
and
what the
that,
Catholic
yeah.
Church would want you to think. But that said,
yeah.
this kind of ties in with it
hard
too.
to argue.
This kind of ties in with it too.
It's hard
They've
to
been
argue.
asking me to
Yeah.
think a lot of things.
The ancient history really not being that well documented as we're coming to learn more and more. What he said about the farmers and the agriculture practices, why do you think that we're so why do you think we think people back then were so much dumber and more primitive than we were, when it's almost like they were actually smarter with less technology? And
So I think I'll just say one thing. Just when there was European contact in the New World, they say it wiped out up to 90% of the entire population in North and South America.
crazy.
So it's crazy when the Pilgrims arrived, all these other explorers. It was just literally 10% of what used to be living in those areas. So it's that's why shit probably seemed even more primitive than it once was.
wow.
Yeah, because there's that place down in Cahokia.
Yes.
The Cahokia Mountains. You know about this?
It's
So
right
down
outside of
like-
St. Louis.
It's a
outside of
pyramid,
St. Louis.
yeah.
Yeah, they have all these different pyramids, and they can tell by how much human fecal matter is in particular layers of soil to determine population. And it was something like 25 or 30,000 people.
I want to say 50, but
Something.
Wow.
Yeah. So at the same time, it was a bigger city than London. It was not an empire, but it was
You
a
have to
major
be advanced to
metropolitan
be
area.
able to keep that many people living in
I agree.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
just
sure. To be
just
able to
with,
support a population.
sanitation by
Yeah.
itself, that's a huge issue back in the day. You don't have any plumbing or anything like that.
Yeah.
Just to know that, how to actively feed that many people,
Yep.
the ability to cultivate land, all of that doesn't happen in huge populations, and it definitely doesn't happen from a strictly quote primitive people.
no,
Right.
cavemen can't do that.
No.
No.
And I think that they think that city, the Mississippi River, just eventually changes course as it's wont to do.
Yeah.
And then just it didn't make sense to have a city there anymore.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was right down by that New Madrid. They could have had some big earthquake, and they Mississippi's gone.
Dude, that's awesome. What's that book called again?
River of Darkness.
Great title.
Yeah.
True.
What made you read that?
I do usually. I haven't really done it this summer, in a specific way. I usually do a little reading theme. And I do 2 or 3 books in a summer about. That summer I did Explorers. So I did Ernest Shackleton. I did a Lewis and Clark book, that Undaunted Courage, and then I did this one. So I usually it's pick a thing.
Their path has been proven by shit too.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The mercury levels in their shit. that they've been able to identify where their actual path was.
Lewis and Clark?
Yeah. I was going to ask.
Sacagawea, shout out.
Yeah.
Long time Stoolie Sacagawea.
Long time, Stoolie.
Brick by brick Sacagawea.
Carried that baby on her back.
Yeah, she did.
After reading River of Darkness, do Lewis and Clark kind of seem like pussies?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Do you think so?
No, because I don't know as much details about the Lewis and Clark expedition, so I'll have to read up on that.
I do want to know more about that.
Yeah, I kind of just know they met up with Sacagawea and they made it to Washington State.
But it's
Sacagawea is an all-time name.
But you can always travel. Yeah, it's a great name. Remember they had those gold coins for a minute?
Oh yeah,
those were great.
But those
And
were
they even
great.
had
But
Coke
sometimes
machines that
you'd
would
be getting
accept
like a
them.
subway ticket in Boston, you'd put in like a $20 bill and it would spit you out just fucking like 18 Sacagaweas, and I'd be walking into the bar just jingling.
You don't want a sack full of Sacagawea.
Just a fat sack of Sacagaweas in
It's
my
a great
pocket.
coin,
fanny
though.
pack of
It's a great coin.
Sacagaweas.
Just spills out onto the counter.
But no.
Where'd you get all those Sacagaweas?
Just got.
You just fucking take the subway. You
Don't sir,
asshole?
get this guy out of here. He only brought
Look at
Sacagaweas.
this fucking dickhead. He loves Sacagawea.
Just tried to pay for his espresso martini with 22
You
Sacagaweas.
sackhead. Oh, Sacky.
The Lewis and Clark expedition, that really got put in perspective for me by watching that American Primeval.
I haven't seen that.
Dude, it is.
Yeah.
I don't know how anybody survived.
And that's the thing, like, what they were, at the end of the day, what they were looking for was what Orellana found in Brazil. Like a water passage across the continent. Because it is, as bad as the Amazon obviously was, it's always easier and faster to move on a waterway than to do it by fucking wagon.
For sure.
And so, like they were looking for what he had. So I don't think they're pussies. I think that was like an arduous.
I
would
never
say
said I
any
thought Lewis and
explorer
Clark were
was
pussies either. I just want that on the record. I just wanted to know.
Level
if it-
of pussiness.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I want that on the record though.
No, the
Lewis and Clark were
the
not
record will
pussies.
so indicate.
In a way, they did it on purpose. Where Orellana was like, "We have no choice. We got to go down this river."
Yeah.
So they
They
were.
were lit-
They
they
knew
were-
what they were doing, and it's like, well, probably gonna die, but let's give it a shot.
Yes, Kate.
Did you see there's that dorky vacation you could take where for like 13 days this old man takes you along the Lewis and Clark Trail?
That would be fun.
I would do
that
that.
dorky? Are you kidding me?
But it'd be
No.
fun. I'm not judging. I would take it. But
I
it's
know
like,
this
it
asshole
depends.
that did this thing where he went camped
Only
outside
13
for a
days?
week and like
he's the rider
paid
boss a
to
little
do
bit.
this farming working, like got kicked by mules all weekend and shit like that.
What does this have to do with Lewis and Clark?
Yeah, similar vibes. And
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, Dante went and
Paid to
fucking
play
We're all going next summer, guys.
Fauci'd a bunch of cows.
yeah,
I
We're all
would
going.
do it.
We're
I did
going.
not
I
make
would
the
do that
connection.
100%.
We're 100% doing
I think
it.
that's what
I'd love to
that's
do
what
a
I need to
cattle drive.
jumpstart my
That's what we're
like
talking about.
He had a farm.
Teddy Roosevelt journey.
Dude.
Because right before Roosevelt became president, talked about it on the last one. He went out west and just like herded cattle,
Did you ever go to
put some hair in
Yellowstone?
his balls.
I've been
As
to
a kid.
Yellowstone.
Did you? He has like a little fort there. Not a fort, but kind of like a. I don't know if it's a fort.
Teddy
What's it-
Roosevelt?
Yeah.
Tell me
I
what
think
it
it's
looks
probably
like.
a monument or something because he was the one who invented the national parks or created the national parks.
Right, but he has like a little,
Like a little,
I don't know, like
an outhouse?
pit stop. No, it's like a not a monument, but it's like a little fort to him, and it's named after Roosevelt.
Roosevelt?
You can pull in. It's on the loop. It's awesome. It's in like
What's
a
it made
really
out of?
picturesque like field with a hill. It's sick.
Teddy Roosevelt Fort, Yellowstone. I'll see if it exists.
It's the best. It's the best.
Yeah.
Let's see if you're lying
It's
about
there.
this.
And it's
I
smack
really
dab
hope
in the
it's
middle of
there.
the land.
We're
It
gonna
says-
find out. We are gonna find out.
Are you
Oh,
thinking?
no, it's not
Flag
real.
Island.
Are you thinking of the Roosevelt Arch? It's just like it's like an archway.
Yes, that's it.
Okay,
But
All
there's
right.
like a little.
Wait.
There's like a little.
I mean that's not a fort. It's just a
Wait,
fucking
what?
archway.
No, but there's like a little place where you can pull in and like go in and eat and.
Oh,
there's-
okay. Well, I'm
there's,
just
like-
looking at like a literally. Just
Yeah,
like an
but
archway.
they have like.
Oh, there's a
They have,
gift
like,
shop.
no, they have like plaques and stuff that tell like the story of everything he did for the parks
Is it,
and all that.
like
And he did do a lot for the parks.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to shine your fort.
No,
I'm
no,
just,
no,
I'm just
it's
having
great.
fun.
that's one of my favorite quotes. I feel like we've talked about it on some show before, but because that was like a very controversial thing to do, the national parks, and he was doing it all by executive order. and the people would be like, well, if this land is really for the people, let us mine it. Let us do lumber. Let us do make the resources for the people so the people can benefit. And he's like, these parks are for the people still in the womb of time. Because it's like every people who hadn't been born yet should be able to experience this wild nature, like this.
1,000% right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, totally.
And it's like that quote.
Womb of time.
The
Dude.
womb
That's
of time.
a badass.
Isn't that
That's
awesome?
a great quote.
I'm gonna name my boat the Womb of Time. And just creep people the fuck out.
Oh, that's a great.
Oh, there goes Donnie out on the Womb of Time again. Like 7 beers deep.
If you passed me on the Chicago River heading to Chinatown, I'd be like, that guy's got it figured out. That motherfucker's got it figured out.
I don't even know if that is a
Can I
great
get on
name
your
for a
womb?
boat, dude.
Dude, I actually
That
think
might be
it
too
kind of,
expensive.
it's like
Is
it's
there a womb?
island time. Like we're on the boat. It's like time doesn't,
Yeah, I'm
I don't
back
know,
in
but I
my
love
mom's
that
womb.
quote.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Great quote.
But it's a great quote.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I guess
That's
we
nickname
can
my
keep your
pussy.
Explorer for another time.
Yeah, because I think this was a nice, open and shut case. We
Yeah.
figured out the Amazon.
We
Yeah.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah. And even though me and Donnie has had a lot of haters from the Amazon area lately.
Okay, yeah, that's all your fault, though.
That
Let's
is
say.
not you.
So,
You said
I
it.
never dropped the C word.
What?
but-
Cocaine?
Yeah. So I was trying to guess the top 5
I thought you were gonna say
countries
cunt.
with the most airports, and then I finally guessed Brazil, and I was like, oh yeah, because they probably have a little like airstrips in the middle of the jungle, and those count as airports, and like Chaps was like, yeah, for cocaine smuggling. Turns out Brazil does not make any cocaine.
they're fucking-
No, that's all Colombia and Peru. So now all the comments, it's now over like 1 million views, and people are not happy with Chaps.
Yeah,
Like,
they're very.
we are not the cocaine
A
country.
million
God damn
views,
it.
though.
I got called. I looked it up. I used C Translate. One of them called me, "Who is this redheaded pube beard goofy fuck?"
That's
ugly.
fair.
I feel like that was an overreaction.
Yeah.
Like I was just making a little goof.
Yeah.
And they're like, actually, Brazil invented the fucking airplane. Shut. No one cares.
No, you didn't.
And they were like, oh, would you like it if I talk shit about America? I don't care. Say whatever you
That
want.
is true.
Yeah,
But
there's
I'm
plenty
sure
of shit, but
that
we're
it, like,
still number
strikes
one.
a
Also,
nerve.
Brazil,
Yeah,
like
I mean,
you have.
they-
if
in the
it's-
end-
if we're talking about like Montenegro, like I would be like, okay, like that's a small population. Brazil, you have 220 million people, and you're worried about me saying you got cocaine in the Amazon? Grow up, you pussies. Wow. All of Brazil is on my shit list. Fuck you, Brazil. You got nothing but
No.
jujitsu
I
people.
just own this. I love you, Brazil. I don't want that heat.
I don't know. He's kind of
I hate Brazil.
I've never had.
I kind of hate Brazil after
I
this.
don't see
it's like
I
one of
kind
those-
of hate Brazil after this.
We
I
don't
can
hate
see
Brazil.
Yeah,
if
I
I'm
had no
Brazilian.
qualms with Brazil. I've been a UFC fan, a pride fighting
No,
champion
they're being
fan.
dumb
I love
for-
all
for
that
a
stuff.
clip.
But you want to
Brazil-
come at me and
Brazil.
call me red
No.
pube hair? And I am very
want nothing
sensitive
to do.
about that, first of all.
Yeah.
Like I always have been. I want my beard to be thicker. You think this is when I want my beard plight to be? Absolutely not, Brazil.
Oh,
Give
and
me
also,
the-
I'm
Also,
reading.
I came up with a trivia question designed to make you look good because you have the second most airports of any place in the world.
Also, hold the fucking phone.
Coming up at
I'm reading
4,900
an
airports.
article
That's impressive.
right now. I'm reading
It's
an article right here.
fantastic infrastructure in and around the Amazon.
Chaps, you're gonna love this. This is an article that came out in 2005. Brazil, what's that called? A colon. Cocaine rivers in the Amazon
Well,
plague
well,
the
well.
region.
Oh yeah. Look what we have here.
My.
Since Brazil stepped up its fight against illegal air transport, drug traffickers who transport drugs from producer countries to the Atlantic seaboards are increasingly using Amazonian waterways.
You can eat my whole ass from the back, Wanderlei Silva.
So the cocaine used to go from like Peru, Colombia up. Now that shit goes right through Brazil.
Yep.
And I guarantee you they use some
Yep.
airstrips.
We might consume it, but you produce it. The proof is in the pudding. All right.
They still don't produce it. I will not have that on my airways. Brazil does not produce cocaine, but there might be cocaine traffickers in the Amazon.
Yeah, or anywhere else, including
There's
America.
Their women
Nah,
are
nah,
amazing.
No, we do drugs here.
Yeah.
We smoke drugs. Mm-hmm.
Allegedly.
We technically.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't.
Cut that.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
shit. Oh, my God. That was way out of left field. Cut that. Mute it. Oh, my God. No. Oh, the Mercator projection, or what was it?
Dave, you should be ashamed
The
of
Mercator. No,
yourself.
I was
Dave's
on the right-
contributions to this show, but I wasn't prepared to hear someone talk about a Mercator projection. Mainly,
I was on the right track. I know I was.
Yep. You were.
That's
No,
like
I
the-
know.
That's
That
the
was-
thing where
that
the
was-
map is flat and Greenland looks huge, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That has nothing to do with the length of the Amazon.
It's the Mercator.
I was gonna say, if you think it looks
You wouldn't
longer
get it,
because
dude.
it's on the
I
equator.
understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
but I think
Babe, it's
I think
totally
it
the Mercator
tracks.
projection. It's usually a lot
For sure.
longer than that.
I see those Instagrams all the time
The fucking
where they
guy
talk
on
about
the map.
I
that
see
shit.
Instagrams too. All right, that's it for us
That's
on
it?
this edition of High School.
My bad on
Thanks for
the
joining us.
other one though.